For until only recently, Grant's very existence walked hand in hand with disappointment, with sadness. Perhaps he thought back to September 1853, stationed at far-removed Fort Humboldt, California. He was so lonely he devised schemes to make extra money so that he might bring the family out west to be with him. But fate was cruel. He bought 100 tons of ice bound for San Francisco. That shipment was delayed, and he missed the market. He bought cattle, hogs, and horses in hopes to sell. The plan failed. He planted potatoes and hoped to sell them. His fields flooded. He put up money with a merchant to open a store in San Francisco. His partner ran off with his money. He bought pigs for another entrepreneurial investment. It failed. He bought chickens to sell. They died in transit. He put up money for a billiards room in San Francisco, and yet another failure. The 7 failures turned his loneliness into a disease, if you will. Alone, without his loved ones, he became depressed and turned to strong drink. On April the 11th, 1854, Lieutenant Colonel Robert Buchanan found him drunk on duty, and for all practical purposes, his 15-year military career was over. At the time of his resignation, he was so broke that money was loaned and some raised simply to get him back home. Back with his wife and 2 children, he was 32 years old with no money, no trade, no future. He and his family took up residence just outside of St. Louis, where he cut wood for $4 a cord. He appropriately named the place Scrabble. Once he wondered aloud, "Is this my destiny?" It seemed to be, for in 1856 he had less than $50 a year to spend for clothing for his wife and by now 3 children. In 1858, it was so bad that Grant put up prized personal mementos for auction. He relocated to St. Louis, where he failed at real estate and missed a chance to be the superintendent of county roads. He thought he found work in the St. Louis Customs House, but the man who offered the position died, and his successor hired another. He hit rock bottom when his own father refused to loan him money for a venture out west. In 1860, U.S. Grant was 38 and a beaten man. And then came secession and a roundabout entrance into the war. Even then, after he gave the Union its first great major victories of the war at Fort Henry and Donelson, twice he almost lost his command thanks to petty jealousy. Yes, U.S. Grant knew what it was like to feel disheartened, broken,